Uh, the 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 Vjta Ichimoku cycle theory. The Vjta Ichimoku cycle theory is about zone chaining. Like you need to draw two zones in each time frame, one zone for continuity, one for reversal. What do I mean by that? I mean by you know that Vjta Ichimoku cycle has a cycle like this, and the continuity zone must be 0% probability for the price to fall down and 100% probability for the price to fall to go toward the upside. That is for a buy a bullish market. The zone of continuity goes to the upside. And now the zone of reversal must have 0% probability to go up and 100% probability to go down. That's what makes the zone to hold. That's what will make the zone to not be broken. So that is it. So now, how do we do that? First of all, we need to have to know the root of the Vjta Ichimoku cycle. The roots time frame. What I call the root is you need to understand that the Vjta Ichimoku cycle has two elements. First of all, the root time frame, the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, and the H4 time frame. Those are the root time frame, right? It's on those roots that you find the zone, the root zone, the zone that has impulse, a big impulse. So now, after that, you have now the time frame where you draw the cycle by skipping uh, the time frame where you draw the cycle. You start drawing the cycle from H4. There is also H1, and then there is 15 minutes. That's where you draw the cycle, the Vjta Ichimoku cycle itself, where you draw the cycle like this: the origin, the reversal, the transition, the new trend, um, the correction, and then the what is this here? The push trend. So that will be the cycle. So you have two set of time frames that are very different, and you use the time frame skipping by two method to go and draw. So let's take for example this case. In this case, um, TS2, TS2. If you take a setup is a setup on weekly, like you take the zone on weekly, right? Let's say for example, you find a zone on weekly. Let's go and find a zone on weekly. Let's say for example, we take this zone. We take this zone. This is a weekly zone, right? This Kijun. Then we drop down two time frame below that we are doing the time frame skipping by two method. So now on H4, we are drawing, now on H4, we are drawing the origin, we are drawing the cycle, right? The origin, the why is my mouse disturbing? Let me take another example. Let me take another setup. Let me take this setup instead. Let me take this schedule. Let's go and draw the cycle there. So we have first of all here the origin, then the reversal cycle, then the transition cycle, then the whole cycle there is zero cycle till up there is a new trend. Then this one will be the correction. Then from this place, you have the push trend. So this is the what? That is what I call the cycle in H4. And what I'm saying is that the whole of the cycle begins in two time frame be above the execution time frame. The whole of the cycle begin above the in two time frame above the time frame where you draw the cycle. And the root of the cycle weekly set up a week. The root of the cycle is a weekly setup line. For example, Tenkan, and the cycle where you draw the time frame where you draw the cycle is on H4, what I call the execution cycle. So then zones inside the Viche Ichimoku cycle. There are zones in the cycle starting at TS2 on H4. You have continuity zone and sell zones and reversal zone. Continuity zone is to buy, reversal zone is to sell. So what you need to understand is that you all start with the root. To know the continuity zone, you need to go with the root first. You need to go with the root first. What you have to do is that to know the continuity zone on H4, you need to go with the weekly root zone. You see this rectangle. This rectangle means that is a zone. It means that we have 0% probability for the price to go to the downside and 100% probability for the price to go to the upside and in this zone. So in H4, the continuity zone will be the continuity of this weekly zone, and the continuity is to the upside. The continuity is where there is 100% to the upside. Okay. And now there is something that I mentioned here. The cycle on TS2 up to the V breaker at the root. So because also when we break the V breaker H4, the price drop rebound on SSC and EKG correction in M50. So whatever I said here, I don't I don't clearly remember exactly what I wanted to mean here, but I thought about this. Let me explain to you a little bit what I wanted to write here. You know, there's the cycle of Ishimoku. If you take the you have something like this. You have the weekly, the daily, and the H4, right? If you take the zone on weekly, right, for the root zone, the cycle you draw it on H4. But how do you draw the cycle? Which point do you draw the cycle? To know which point do you draw the cycle of H4, you need to stay on weekly. Where you take the zone here, and you need to know that this high is the high that touched the Kijun weekly, the zone. So you will be drawing in H4 a cycle from Kijun weekly till that high, okay, to know it. So that's how you know that you draw the cycle from this point to another point, because this high is the one that need to be broken by the cycle. So so now let us do the identify each continuity zone and each reversal zone in each place, in each cycle. Let's do that clearly. Okay. We have here, you know that there is each cycle, the origin cycle has a continuity, is continuity zones, and the reversals, the reversal, the and has the origin cycle has the continuity zone and also has the reversal zone. So let us identify them. For this case, we have here this place that is the zone of continuity. Continuity of what? Continuity of the daily of the weekly setup. That is this orange rectangle below. So this empty space where the candle are on H4 is the zone for a it is a zone for a continuity to the upside. It has 100% probability to go up and 0% probability to go down. So it's a buy zone. You also have this Tenkan inverted that has the same property. But now when the price touch Kijun, it is a it is a sell zone, and it is instead now the price has 0% probability to go up and 100% probability to go down. Okay, so you have zone of continuity to the upside empty and Tenkan inverted, and zone of reversal you have Kijun. That's exactly what I'm saying. Now for the reversal, the zone of continuity you have Tenkan inverted, Kijun inverted, Tenkan inverted in cloud. Let us take the reversal cycle. You have Tenkan inverted here with 0 and 100, right? 0% to go down and 1% to go up because there's no confusion. This Kijun inverted also 0 and 100, right? And then the zone of reversal is now 0% on SSB is 0% to chance to go up and 100% chance to go the probability to go down. That's all for this reversal. Like I said, uh, zone of reversal. I needed to add zone 3 for reversal. SSB is also a zone of reversal. Now, during the transition, you have zone for continuity, like when Tenkan is touched out of SSB inverted tank, when Tenkan is out of SSB above. Another zone is Kijun inverted in cloud, and then SSR inverted in cloud. So let us look at zone of continuity here. For zone of continuity here, we had for this transition, we had this SSB inverted 0 100%. This Kijun inverted in cloud 0 100, like 0% chance to fall down and 100% chance to go up. But now the reversal zones during this period are the empty space above Tenkan when Tenkan is out of SSB, but Kijun is still in cloud, like this one. This SSB, this one is a zone of reversal where you have 0 and 100 like this, because at this point, Kijun is still inside, Tenkan is out, but it's a zone of reversal. Even this one is a zone of reversal, 0, 100. So you see that we are having something interesting. And now the new trend, the zones for continuity to the upside, we have Tenkan, Kijun, SSB, and KSB. Like this Tenkan is a zone of continuity for the new trend. So it will have this property of 0, 100, even this one, 0, 100, even this one, 0, 100. This Kijun is a zone of continuity to the upside. Even this one, we have 0, 0, 1, 100. Now, zone of reversal, you have the empty space 0, 100. You have also this empty space 0, 100, right? You make the price reverse to the downside. Even this one too. So and lastly, the zone of reversal, you had let's empty. Um, that taken invented, Kitchen invented also. But let's go directly to the correction. So for the correction, since we start with reversal, because it's a correction, let's start at the bottom here. You have for reversal zones, you have the empty space, the Tenkan inverted, Kijun inverted, Tenkan in cloud. You have like this one, this place is a zone of reversal, 0, 100. You have also this one, 0, 100. And you have this also this Kijun inverted 0, 100. But zone for continuity to the upside, you have this one, 0, 100, right? To upside. Zone for reversal, you have this 0, 100. And zone for continuity, you have this one, 0, 100. So continuity for correction are Kijun, SSB, Tenkan inverted, and Kijun inverted, right? Kijun inverted, SSB like this one, Kijun in cloud. In the cloud. So now let's do for the push trend. For the push trend, you have this Tenkan as zone of continuity, 0, 100. You have also this Tenkan, 0, 100. And then for the reversal, you have this one above 0, 100 to the downside. Okay. And you also have this 0, 100 as zone for the down, for the reversal. So for a push trend, you have Tenkan inverted as zone of continuity. Kijun in cloud, Tenkan in cloud, Kijun in cloud. This one we didn't, we just have Tenkan in cloud as zone of continuity and Tenkan here. And now, and even Kijun here too. Kijun has zone of continuity. And for zones of reversal, you have the empty space. Tenkan inverted, Kijun inverted. And last thing to know about is that you can have three number of correction as three, like as total number of correction three. Like you can have like this correction to the downside, one correction. You can have another correction to the downside, another correction to the downside. Maximum three correction like this, right? But the fourth one, this one will not be a correction. That will be a total trend market reversal. So and now for push trend to the upside, you can have also this one as two. This one as number two. Push trend to the upside. One, two. You can also have this one as three, something like that, as three. Okay, one, two, three, and that will be it. That will be it. And then you see that the the Vjta Ichimoku cycle theory is a chain of zones. Is chain of zones where you see right. Each cycle has its zone of continuity to the upside and zone of reversal. You can literally bank some cash here. You can literally collect some cash and reap the market. So my idea is that you need always to remember that everything starts from a high time frame, then you skip two time frame. So you take the zone from weekly, you skip two time frame, you do the TS2, then here you draw the cycle, right? The Viche. And when you draw the Viche, you know that you have each cycle has its own zone like this, where one has uh, the the continuity to the upside, the other one has the reversal to the downside, and it is a chain of zone where each cycle has its own continuity reversal. So you are not confused about anything that you do in a chart, right? On all of them. So that's it. Let's now see the direction trigger theory.